somewhere. There's a box sword that you can't touch because it's hidden, full of pork pies and meat. Pork
You know,
pies
I'm an
and
admin and I can ghost into anything, anywhere I want.
Okay, well, if you go do that, that's cheating.
You know that I can force myself into everybody's tribe and just go on a fucking tirade and just and show up and steal everybody's fucking fish and chips and pork pies. Yeah, suck it. No. Can you imagine if I did that? And that's how I got kicked off the server and banned forever for abusing admin stuff.
I can't wait until
fleets that were going different ways, and then we met up because there was fighting, and then more red ships joined in, and so it was a somewhat equal fight.
And technically, your company's not even part of the war terms. Like,
I know. So isn't the red company. So isn't the other pirate companies. But we're all coming in. Like,
no Brexit.
Quick question.
Grandpa Webster.
When did your group become part of the water?
We haven't. And that's what I'm saying, is that the fact that all this stuff is happening, all these like red sails are doing this, black sails are doing that.
They're in the privateers are actually in the war.
So they are in the
crazy
war.
Or
privateers are in war. So
the circle isn't part of the privateer though. They don't have a mark.
Does that mean it's the whole privateer company plus the Navy versus Keystone and Afflicted?
And the dwarfs.
Okay. That sounds fair.
So those three are actually in the war terms. So in the war terms are the Navy. The Navy's in the war terms. Bastion's in the war terms, and I believe
all privateers are in, as far as I'm aware.
Privateers plus the Navy versus 3.
That's not true. None of that is true.
Oh, okay.
So then who knows the truth? I'm confused. I'm just trying to get the
I do.
picture. Okay.
It's Navy and Bastion versus Keystone and Afflicted. Dwarfs are not actually in the war terms.
But they've been fighting us right from the start.
I know they have.
I got updated to war terms, Sarah.
I've not seen the finalized war terms ever. I keep asking for them.
We have war terms?
Yep.
Apparently.
My opinion is that war terms shouldn't last past like
it's nearly
3 weeks anyways.
It's nearly
I think the war terms have been broken at this point, and we're just saying fuck it.
Yeah, we're getting sick and tired of it now.
Yeah, I understand it's getting tired and sick of it, but also with the dwarves situation, there was over 70 people on the Navy and privateer side. We couldn't do anything about it. We were out there on the grids.
Why did you want to come in?
Because we were called in by Keystone to help. Blackmire and us were called in to help, to assist the dwarves who were getting butchered and massacred.
You do know that there was a fucking lot of people that would have stopped you coming in.
What do you mean stopped us?
We had ships. We had ships all around the.
And that's what I'm saying. There was over 70 people on your side. We couldn't log in because you filled up the entire server and then made it so that the dwarves couldn't even log in to defend themselves.
The thing is, as far as we're aware, there's only 3 companies, well, myself, 3 companies that's involved in it from Keystone. Keystone, Afflicted, that's as far as we're aware.
It's become way more, and there's more coming into the war.
On top of that, there's legitimate proof that they did not intentionally flood the grid. They even checked numbers once they got in to make sure that it was okay.
Yeah, but
somebody
the
else came in.
The war terms only cover those specific groups. The fact that the other groups are going out and recruiting other companies is going against the war terms.
Yeah.
But
it's coming from, in this
on
case,
stream, the Navy has straight up said, we're going to ignore war terms, where it's an all-out war at this point. And
because they broke war terms first.
Okay, they broke war terms first, and then Navy continues that, and then Keystone continues that. Personally, I think this would have all been solved if there was an updated war terms.
The thing is, and what I'm taking from this is, people want to get involved in the war because they've got nothing better to do.
No,
it's
not. No, that's war because there's been so much bad RP with the Navy interactions that a bunch of pirates are seeing this as a standstill and they're joining in. And you're laughing, but that's what's been happening.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
People are wanting to join in with the war because the war's been going on for a month and a half. At
this
point.
It's literally done.
Legitimately no resolution. There was no interest in even fighting it in the first place. The day after the war started, Keystone was out fucking with other pirates instead of trying to fight the Navy in the war. Like, come on.
Mm. And you
In the
know what
next
would have been
24
good
hours.
RP? They had a Commodore of the Navy, and rather than take advantage of that, use it as leverage, use it as a bargaining chip, whatever, they decided to try and execute. Well, I'll say try.
The thing
And
is,
they executed her.
That-
She was
that's the
sitting in a
whole
chair.
panic.
24
Defenseless.
hours. 24 hours. This war will be over.
You've
24 hours.
said that before.
No. 24 hours.
I'm just
What
really
is
hoping that
it
you
good
guys
for?
don't overboard, because I know Keystone couldn't even wake up to defend themselves.
Do you know something?
Couldn't wake up to
Do
defend
you know something,
themselves.
Curry? I'm not going to be sarcastic now, but feels bad shit because that's what they did to us.
That's what they've been doing from the start of the war.
No one remember that.
The first night of the war, yeah, there were like 80
Mhm.
people. I think it was 70 something people in the Keystone grid whenever the Navy. It's the same problem that we had last season with Kindred in the Navy. It's like we legit the worst thing about last season out of everything that happened, all the shit between high command, all the shit, how much Burke sucked. So fuck you, Burke. I hate you.
Yeah, fuck Burke.
Too.
all of that crazy shit. The worst part that I remember about last season was talking to Ordo and then having to tell Turbo and Falcon and all those guys that they got to sit out the first fight or the first couple fights because we were overpop, because we had to make it fair. That was on us as the people that live there to make sure the numbers were fair before they pulled into the sector.
Yeah, Kindred left out alliances too.
Yeah, that's a classy move, and that's what should be done if you're inviting home port raids, essentially.
It's just I'm getting bored of it. I know a lot of people are getting bored of this war. It should have been over in 2 weeks.
The problem is that the war is now dominating the entire server's RP to the extent of which that there's nothing but war. Effectively, the Navy can't actually do anything else but the war. We can't send any out, any crew. The grids are getting, some grids are just being completely decimated just because no one's going to those sectors because they're either not part of the actual war or they're not part of the companies that have been brought in by both sides to actually, assist in the war, either via trade or via interference or attacking Navy trade companies or attacking
no one can withstand 3 brigs, right? We're all going on war patrols. If we run into a random other group that's not on a war patrol, which they're not allowed to do, they're overwhelmed immediately. Why would they fight with us?
I'm getting on to a monster sperm well and joining the.
That's the thing, right? Cree, if the Navy come across you during a war patrol, okay, three brigs, we sink you. Is that fair on you?
I mean, from the way it's going, there's more people coming in to even the sides, because
No,
you said it yourself that it was the entire red companies and Navy versus Keystone and Afflicted. And so what they're doing, instead of getting steamrolled, is they're trying to get allies. And so we've been sent out on patrols, war patrols essentially, to go help and patrol areas and combat any ships that are around, because there's been red and non-stop patrolling ships in the waters of Keystone, F3, F4, 24 hours of the day, whether it's red, whether it's Navy. And you just can't, they're getting their supplies taken out by that, which it's understandable. It's a good war tactic.
That's why the idea. Don't fight the Navy. That's the whole point. The whole point is the Navy is going to overwhelm you. Fight the Navy.
And that's understandable. But this season has been... Yeah.
Just let me explain this. You think the dwarfs was the first thing? Dude, we are strangling. I don't know if you realize we are strangling the whole of Keystone's supply run. That's what we're doing.
Because that's what they've tried to do with the Navy and the privateers, but they didn't
my
do it very...
question, Greg, like I asked about 10 minutes ago, was if you come across 3 Navy brigs and we destroyed you, for example, because you could destroy us, it's whatever, but how would you feel?
Personally, I'd feel like, first off, we'd run off to Keystone, let them know what's going on. But if we do get sunk, I think, we're not technically part of the war agreement. I think it'd be fair, because you guys are. You're ready to sink any black belt vessels. But the issue with that
said you are.
is that we're not technically officially part of the war terms. We're unofficially a part of it. We got put into this war because of the RP that has been given to us by the Navy. The amount of RP this whole season with Cat House, with the thing back in December, the PRRP of throwing books saying that our company were child slave or having child slave and stuff. Do you think our companies are going to sit back and let that happen? No, we see this fight happening with Keystone, and we're going to be like, oh, wait, we could take our anger back at the Navy, but at the same time, it's a high risk, high reward. We get captured, we're probably getting hung. Yeah, let's do it, because there's been so much bad interactions.
There's not even a chance. There's not even a chance. I don't know if you watched Ven's stream. Ven said in his stream, whoever is affiliated with Keystone, anyone that helps them, they're being no matter if it's the first or you're being hung. So if we catch you,
yeah, exactly. But that's also
literally.
I don't like is the fact that you're saying all of the red companies, all the Navy versus Afflicted and Keystone.
No, not all the red companies.
That's
yesterday. The Circle, the Bastion. I saw West Virginia a couple days ago.
Yeah, because Keystone went over and tried to destroy West Virginia.
Yeah, they were just patrols. That wasn't a war thing.
Yeah, if you ever watch the war, there'll only ever be one privateer, just one. And the other day,
influence on the Circle going red. Like I've actually watched the streams for Svenna, and they've actually been a lot of communication going on, and involved in the Circle becoming a red company. And
there is a lot of RP in relation to the Circle, not only becoming red sailed, but also being a little bit more active in terms of doing their shenanigans that they have been doing. Because let's be real here, the Carnival were wrecking Keystone shit before wrecking Keystone shit was kind of war terms. Like they've been doing that stuff all season ever since the rug thing.
No, it was
the rug thing.
What was it? The Keystone chopped off someone's leg and blamed
Keystone chopped off Rug's leg and then blamed Carnival. We thought it was Carnival for the longest time. It wasn't until a lot later that we found out that it was actually Keystone. At that stage, Carnival were so pissed off about the fact that they'd been blacklisted by everybody that they've been wrecking Keystone stuff ever since, including that time when Keystone and the Navy had a fight at our side. They retreated back, and then Green Dad and Cursed Wraith or Cursed Scythe or something got sunk by Carnival.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is what I was saying with the fact that these red companies have the RP purpose to be involved. They're not officially in the war, but unofficially they've been patrolling those grids. That's been the same case scenario with black sailed companies.
So regarding the war, and Zericon, you was right earlier on. You'll only ever see the Navy and